New tonight, the former People magazine reporter who accused Donald Trump of assaulting her at his Mar-a-Lago estate is fighting back, slamming Trump after he has repeatedly called her a liar. Tonight, 6 colleagues and close friends of Natasha Stoyanov's are coming forward to verify her story that Trump pinned her against a wall and, in her words, stuck her tongue down her throat. That was just the beginning. Paul McLaughlin is Natasha Stoyanov's former journalism professor. And Paul, I appreciate your being with me because you were one of the calls Natasha made when this happened a decade ago. She called you after this incident as she was writing this cover story for People. How did it impact her?
Well, I think we can imagine how difficult it would be for a young woman to have gone down to Florida to do what she thought was this wonderful story about Donald Trump and his wife expecting a baby, him becoming a father again. He was someone who often requested her to do stories for People magazine. She had an ongoing relationship with him. And suddenly it turned this other direction. And I think a lot of women watching know what that happens when a business or professional relationship suddenly takes this turn.
And she was very emotional when she spoke to you after this happened, correct?
She was distraught, as you can imagine. She was shocked. She was angry. She was upset. She was frightened.
She was so upset and frightened that she didn't bother to file a police report, huh?
She didn't know what to do, and I was one of the people that she turned to, and she wanted to know what I thought she should do.
So you being a professor of blah, 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 you didn't tell her, well, this was a sexual assault. He put his hands on you. We need to make a report about this?
On that front, you know,
I find it fascinating that all of these people that Donald Trump has supposedly molested now over the years, not one of them called 911. There's no evidence of anything? Just a bunch of hearsay?
After Natasha has come forward, he has repudiated her accusations. And one of his tweets said, "Why didn't the writer of the 12-year-old article in People magazine mention the incident in her story? Because it did not happen!" Exclamation point. That's his tweet. So when you and she were talking about what she should do, what was the reason? Why didn't she come out and tell her story when it happened?
Well, the first thing is that he obviously doesn't understand how stories are written, because you can't have a story about how wonderful and loving a couple they are, and, oh, by the way, while his wife was out of the room, he stuck his tongue down my throat and told me we were supposed to have an affair.
So she didn't say anything because she was doing a story about how great his marriage was and everything. They were the happy couple about to have a child, and that's why she didn't do it.
It's an either-or.
Who makes this shit up?
Either she does that story, which she was assigned to do, or she tells the truth of what happened. What I said to her was, I don't think this is a matter for the police. It was interrupted by one of his staff before it got to any point where that might have been.
I don't think it's a matter for the police. Look, if he put his hands on you, you say he stuck his tongue down your throat? That's sexual assault. That's a matter for the fucking police.
Pertinent.
Right.
This guy's a fucking professor of something?
And that is going to become a he said, she said, and the he is Donald Trump, and the she is a reporter for People magazine.
Yeah, well, at least you'd have a paper trail. So 30 years down the line, or however long it was, they could look back and say, oh, we have some evidence that he did some stuff. They have no evidence. They have nothing. Nothing.
I don't believe that he would have turned to Melania if Natasha had said something and said, you know what, honey, when you're out of the room changing clothes,
CNN, mainstream media, you have gone beyond tabloid. You are just retarded.
I did hit on this person.
I can't believe.
To have a baby? Of course he's not going to do
this
that.
This is all they talk about. I know people want me to do more videos. I don't know how to express what I'm feeling inside in words. We passed Twilight Zone a long time ago.
So
I don't know what the hell this is now.
He would accuse her.
I don't know how to put this into words.
And that would turn everything upside down.
And at that time, of course, there were not other allegations or accusations out there, so she truly would have been alone in telling her story. Trump has done more, Paul, than just deny her claim, though. He has actually insulted her personally in the past week. Here he is at a rally.
Take a look. You take a look. Look at her words. You tell me what you think. I don't think so. I don't think so.
What's your reaction when you hear that?
Well, how is that an insult? I don't understand.
I'm disgusted.
And why shouldn't he insult her if she's outright lying? I mean, if you're the one being attacked, people are making shit up about you. What's going to be your reaction?
I think that a man who does what he did to Natasha...
A man who does what he did. You see, this is the power of the mainstream media psychological operations, because they have no evidence of anything. He hasn't been charged with a crime. There's nothing. And the media has already convicted him. He's a sexual predator. He's all this stuff that's been going on.
Then turns around and says...
With absolutely zero evidence. And you don't think that this is all rigged? You notice in the past 2 weeks how much crap has come out on Hillary Clinton? They don't even mention it. It gets like 5 seconds of airtime, and then it's back to the Donald Trump soap opera.
He has said, I think that...
CNN, are you telling me that... Do you really think people can't see what you're doing?
It takes what he did and it adds another despicable level to it. Because I know that what she told me was true. She wasn't in 2005 calling me in anticipation of doing something negative to him in 2016 during a presidential campaign. That's preposterous.
Oh my God.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. We appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.
And we are standing by for Donald Trump's arrival in Las Vegas.
You know, Wolf Blitzer, Anderson Cooper, this bitch, all of you in the mainstream media, you're just a big fucking clown show. And over the past couple months, everyone now knows that you're just a big fucking clown show. I mean, do we really need to make more videos to prove shit to people? Do you feel a need? Do I feel the need to prove anything else to anyone? Turn it on! Look what's going on! If you can't see it by now, you're fucking stupid!